Hello everyone, you are most welcome to Spectrum EduCart. I am Arvindo, and today with me Dr. C.V. Thapa is sitting, who has vast experience and he is a practitioner of company secretary and he has given already lots of knowledge. So today also we are going to talk about taxation. But as a very interesting thing, I always want to know, and I think our watchers also would like to know exactly when the taxation process, everything it is started, and what is the history of this tax. So if you please brief us.
Thank you, Arvindji. In fact, India has been the country which has been told is the Sone ki Chidiya. Obviously, for the Sone ki Chidiya means the country was very rich, very opulent, and the people from Europe especially wanted to come to India and see what it is. In those days, if we go to the history, we find Quench, Vasco da Gama, and Columbus being mentioned so far as the Indian society and India is concerned. Why I am saying this is the taxation system in India is mostly based as the continuity of the British rule. Therefore, we have first to understand the taxation system which was followed in Europe, say Britain or around the area, rather than the Indian honor and pride that it was Sone ki Chidiya, and the first economic book was written by Chanakya, called also Kautilya, and in our traditional conversation we always talk about Kautilya's Arthashastra, but in economics as well as in finance, taxation, we hardly refer to Kautilya's Arthashastra, and I am not also referring this book here because our main concentration is what is the taxation system and how it evaluates. You have rightly asked that how it started. In ancient time, the trash comes to this Egyptian king, which were called Pharaoh, introduced the tax as far back as 3000 BC to 2800 BC. In those days, the Pharaoh used to biennially visit his kingdom for collection of taxes, and there were two types of taxes, tithi and korvi. Tithi is the payment in produce, and korvi means the forced labor. Now the natural question will come, why forced labor? You see, it is not today, but from the beginning itself there are the difference of capacity to earn the money. Definitely in those days also there were the poor people who could not give the tax on kind or on money, and probably in those days money was not there, so therefore in kind, like granary, that because they were not able to pay, they were asked to do labor work in compensation to the tax component. Now the reference come in the Bible also. So in Bible, chapter 47, verse 24, the New International Version, it states that, but when the crop comes in, give a fifth of it to the farmer. That means that the trash of initial stage of taxation comes in and around uh, Babylon, Israel, Egypt, which are the surrounding places. Now, so far as India is concerned, you must have heard jizya and zakat. Zakat was imposed on Muslims and jizya was imposed on non-Muslims. Initially, it was a voluntary type of levy. People would contribute for the social cause. Gradually, when wars started, famine emerged, and there was the population increased. There was money shortage. There was shortage in granaries, and therefore, the ruling regulator, the government, started collecting some portion so that good administration or the necessary expenses can be met out. Thus started the taxation system. Now, so far as in Britain, Britain also started taxes from the days when they started the war. Now, how and why this started cannot be said in a sacrosanct way, but the reason we can find from all the literatures is that the ruler needed for different purposes the money which would be with the collective effort only, like say the education, say the healthcare. Even those days when there were no modern roads, still people have to go from one place to another place, have to transfer the things, and at the time of war, all of a sudden, basic requirements of arms and ammunition and the animals being used like horses, elephants were needed, and those were obviously had to be purchased. Before the currency system started, they were all paid in the form of some goods, and basically it was the Egypt was at that time the most agricultural product producing place. So therefore, mostly the form of giving the tax was in the 1/5 of, or say of that around proportion for the as has been decided by the government. And who could pay, they could give it. Who couldn't pay, they had to do some labor, and that was called. I think
everything has been covered, like when it started in India. So that also you have told us, and you have also told us exactly how was tax paid or collected in initial time.
Now I would like to just to continue on that. I would like to say in India, actually the first thing was when in 1857 mutiny took place. So formally, this current system of taxes started immediately after that mutiny to meet out the war expenses and the losses which had been incurred due to the mutiny. Yeah, now please.
So forcefully, like impactfully, we can say that the best impact we can see that it impacted on just after 1857
Yeah.
war, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the complete history of taxation and tax, because like we cannot get such type of history. What a beautiful thing you have told us, because everybody, we have very less knowledge sometimes about tax, and today you came to know about the history of tax. So these are things so we have covered. I hope that you will be benefited. So please like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you.